So why VAUBAN desperately needs a rework? Hello everyone and welcome to another Warframe video. Today, I will give my insights and opinions about VAUBAN and why Digital Extremes really need to take a second look at what they have done to this Warframe. But to make it short, I will tell you this: VAUBAN sucks right now. The thing that Digital Extremes change added to this Warframe doesn't give VAUBAN anything really important that will make him jump from one of the most underused Warframe to the top 5 Warframes used by Tenno in every missions. I'm really disappointed with this frame, to be honest. One reason is that its value is not worth it. The normal version of VAUBAN is easy to build as it needs normal resources to manufacture. But the thing is, the parts are hard to get. Well, not actually hard, but it needs a lot of patience as those parts can only be acquired on alert missions. The parts of the Prime version, however, is easy to get, if you have the platinum to buy it, but the most annoying part of it was building its parts. When I was starting Warframe, I don't have that much nitane extract as they are also alert-based resources. You need 20 nitane extract to build VAUBAN, and that's pretty hard for me as I was new to the game. Long story short, VAUBAN is hard to build and turns out to be a disappointment for me. Why a disappointment? Don't get me wrong, I don't hate this Warframe or something, and I find him good in some cases. In fact, he's actually good when it comes to crowd control. VAUBAN's Bastille and Vortex abilities are his bread and butter, and probably you play VAUBAN because he has these good CC abilities. But that's the problem: these abilities are just good and not as exceptional as other CC abilities. Like, when we compare Bastille to other similar abilities, like Frost, Snow Globe or Limbo's Cataclysm, it doesn't stand a chance. I mean, the ability is good but it lacks something, and that is damage mitigation. Snow Globe and as well as Cataclysm will protect the user and his allies from all outside attacks, but Bastille can't do that. You need Loki's Radial Disarm for this ability to be really efficient, as without this Warframe, you will definitely have problems with those range attackers which can shoot their gun through Bastille, and that is bad news for VAUBAN, which is really squishy. This Warframe is too fragile not to have some sort of damage mitigation. Same goes with his Vortex. It's not as good as Nidus Lava when it comes to grouping enemies. Probably, you will see VAUBAN camping most of the time, and that's really weird for me, seeing a Warframe with a badass knight costume, and just camping in one spot. It really doesn't fit his appearance in my honest opinion, so why not build him for something else, say like a DPS frame? Yes, you can build him for other purposes, like, you can build him to strip enemy armors with his Shred Mine, but the problem is, it's not that efficient, as you will want to put Blind Rage on your mod setup if you want to totally strip enemy armors. You can reach 100% armor reduction without Blind Rage though, but it will cost a lot of mod slot just to get that 100% damage reduction. And, let me ask you this, would you really consider to build VAUBAN for a 100% armor stripping build, when there are weapons like the Pox that can do the job without sacrificing any mod slots on your frame? I guess not. And there's his first ability, Tesla, which receives the buff. Now, you can charge this ability to gain extra damage and status chance. The problem is, the charge mechanic doesn't add an appreciable amount of damage to actually make it a damage ability on par with other first abilities that deal damage. And, a charge mechanic is really bad in a fast-paced game like Warframe, in my honest opinion. I don't want to use natural talent just to speed up the charging time, as I'm probably reserving that mod slot for range, duration or survivability mods. Tesla's DPS is higher if you just spam it for the same amount of energy compared to charging each one. More Teslas is more effective in my opinion, since each one has a chance to proc. I'll take 15 weaker Teslas over 5 stronger Teslas. Also, his passive ability have been changed, from being able to gain bonus armor, to dealing 25% extra damage to incapacitated enemies, whether by VAUBAN's own crowd control abilities, or the abilities of others. VAUBAN can amplify his damage against the incapacitated. Repelling Bastille Augment also receives a fix, and from now on, VAUBAN's Bastille ability will push additional enemies outwards every 4 seconds when you have this augment on your mod setup. If we take a look at the changes, we will see that the most notable ones are for buffing VAUBAN's damage, but this frame doesn't need any extra damage at all. What he needs is damage mitigation, in my honest opinion. These changes somehow made him more clunky than he already was, and even less useful. And overall, VAUBAN's entire kit needs to be looked at and either massively reworked or replaced entirely. cause for a frame that's so notoriously difficult to get in both prime and non-prime form. He's easily one of the most disappointing. For the meantime, as I wait for a good fix for VAUBAN, here's the build that I'm currently using. The umbral mods are not actually needed and you can replace them with the ordinary vitality and intensify, for a lower health pool and power strength. As you can see, it's a pretty balanced build. I did settle for some power strength for increased number of enemies catch by his Bastille ability. I also choose to have a Zenuric polarity so I can swap between repelling Bastille and perpetual vortex, depending on the situation or the mission I'm currently doing. But you can choose not to add a Zenuric former and instead add some range mods on this slot like the stretch ability for more range. Like I've said earlier, it's kinda better to focus on getting as much power strength so that you can catch more enemies, as remember the fact that you can also spam your Bastille ability. Primed continuity for more duration and then primed flow, and streamline for energy efficiency. And lastly, I have transient fortitude to balance the negative effect of overextended, and give me more power strength. So these are just my 2 cents on the current state of VAUBAN. I really think that he needs some sort of damage mitigation and not just damage. He's really a good crowd control frame, but the thing is, he's too fragile that his kit needs to be rework. I mean, just take a look at Mag. She's really squishy but you can still take her on endgame levels like endurance runs. That's because she has these unique abilities that acts like some sort of bullet attractor, and also, she has his counterpulse augment, which is probably a better crowd control also than Bastille. I really hope that VAUBAN gets some love and Digital Extremes will decide to rework him again. Let me know what are your thoughts also on the current state of VAUBAN by simply typing your thoughts on the comment box below. So that's it, hope that you enjoy watching this video. Please do give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you want to see more Warframe videos from us. Thank you so much for watching. Squad Leader signing off.